I think we're ready. Fuck a proper intro. You can extend that 10 minutes. We gotta start talking about this hot dog tray.
Welcome back, everybody, to 5-Day Rentals. I'm Laundry Dan. And tonight we're going to be talking a 2-day rental on the recently released Weapons from 2025, directed by Mr. Zach Kreger. And with me tonight are two guys that would totally go gay for a hot dog tray. It's Cron Howard and Bones. How are you?
All right, so there's 7 hot dogs on the tray. I would eat 4 of them. That seems fair.
All right. Then I'm taking all the chips and dip.
That's fine.
Well, are we sharing? Is it this tray of 7 just for the 3 of us?
That's what I was assuming in this scenario where Kron was immediately being greedy.
I thought it was just 2. I thought there was 2 when I was eating.
I could slam 4 of those. So I mean, now there's 3. How many are you going to eat?
All right, if there's 3 and there's 7, all right, I'll take 3 hot dogs.
You're taking 3 hot dogs. All right, in this scenario, I need to just preface that 2 of them are impossible hot dogs, and I'll take 2.
So I get 3.
No, if he's getting 3 of 7, that leaves 4. If I take 2, you get 2. Or do you want 3?
I think I could eat more hot dogs than Cron Howard.
Don't say that on.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not.
I come out of retirement to talk about an incredible movie, and Kron gets up when he's challenged. He's back. Kron. Dan said he thinks he could eat more hot dogs than you.
I don't think that's right.
I don't know, man.
How many hot dogs do you think you could realistically eat in one go?
And not championship dip the bun style, right? Just
regular mustard bun hot dog?
Yeah.
And what we say, like an hour, 2 hours? You giving me a time here?
I think you just eat until you're like, I'm done eating hot dogs. Yeah.
You don't eat until you're full.
5. I could do 5.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I think I could squeeze out a 6th if I had to.
Just to spite Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could do 6, no bun. Now, if we're talking chili, I'd say 4. I could 4.
I could do 8, no bun.
What about chili?
Just a fucking dog, dude.
Does chili on the so does one chili dog, does that equate to 2 regular hot dogs?
I think it's just a little more on top, so you get
that fiber from the bean though.
Puts a little.
I'll let you guys fight over those dogs because those cookies look pretty damn good too. This is going to be so confusing for anybody that hasn't seen the movie.
Spoiler alert, it's a hot dog movie.
It's probably the most pivotal part of the film.
I mean, a big smile had to come across all of your faces when you seen that.
Oh, 100%. The whole get up was incredible. There's going to be a Diablo tag on this fucking thing. So we're just going spoilies right out the gate. Now, I do have a little bit of issue with where their TV seemed to be located in relation to where they were sitting.
Too far?
They were too far from the TV, and it appeared to be like at their 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your only negative about this whole movie.
Dude, I don't know if I got any negatives about this movie. Even like the question, like what you texted of, I don't know the science of why this person didn't snap out of this and didn't snap. I don't give a shit. And I was thinking about this all day since we decided to record. I was like, that to me is a great sign of a great movie, that I don't give a shit about this, that I bought into it 100%, not knowing what the big twist of this was. And once it was revealed, being so fucking comfortable with it. I think even if there were 10 major issues, the build up to this, the ride, and that ending, holy shit.
It's pretty bonkers. I do have wonderful feelings coming out of this movie of when I see Nope, Jordan Peele's movie, of like, finally, like, if this guy's doing something, I'm going to buy a ticket. I'm going to go watch it. And I was glad to add him to the list of like ticket bought. I did watch Barbarian. I think that was very good as well. And I was like, all right, you have my interest. But now, sir, you have my attention.
Yeah, I feel like you can dig into this movie a little, and I don't know, like, you can find questions about it, but I mean, I don't know if they mattered to me either, Bones, like walking out of the theater, really. It's like I had such a positive high from it that I was kind of like, I think I could nitpick here and there, but I don't mean it to like take away from what I think might be one of the best endings I've seen in a long time in a movie.
Yeah. The rules that they establish I don't feel like they break any of them egregiously, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a thing that, Dan texted and said, what do you think? Why didn't this happen? Or so. I know we're back to like being kind of mild. But in my mind, I was like, even in the moment when it happened, to just say I don't care isn't like a very good review. It was like, I didn't think it negated any of the rules that were set up to that point. Like, everything that this particular person did to set that up seemed so vague, but had some sort of purpose to it.
Yeah, I think, everything is paid off. Yeah, like you said, the setup is there. You get a fantastic ending. I mean, did we enjoy the kind of Pulp Fiction type storytelling with everybody's point of view? Everybody's story there?
I did. I think it's one thing just to do chapters from the characters' perspectives. It's another to execute it wonderfully with how they all interweave. And how one character that doesn't seem super important, right? Like 4 chapters later becomes what seemed like a supporting character is now the most crux chapter for you to start getting to the ending with the principal, or a random junkie becoming super necessary to the ending.
Yeah, I really loved his placement of the principal. Like, as we went on, I was like, oh, okay, so. And I was like, yes, all right, we're going back to that. Okay. But I loved his journey of how he got to where he got. So yeah, I didn't mind it. And I wanted more of the junkie, honestly. I was like, he's like, when he goes back to the tent and shit, like trying to get high.
Yeah, the opening of the car doors, that really hit a nerve, because I can't tell you how many times on my Google camera I've got somebody who activates it at 2:30 in the morning trying to open my truck or try to open my neighbor's truck. And then my wife texting me the next morning like, they rooted through my glove box. And I'm like, as long as they don't steal your registration at this point, just don't leave anything in there.
Just leave them some snacks.
Yeah.
Nice Gatorade. Yeah,
All right.
I didn't mind that at all. I know my wife, she went with me and I told her to avoid everything. So she asked whenever we got in, I just said it was about a teacher and her class. And I think I kind of had a question of, does this go back to kind of Long Legs of it? Long Legs kind of pulls you in with the Silence of the Lamb and kind of turns to the left or right, whichever way you want to go. I kind of feel like this did that as well, but I think he did a hell of a better job, I think.
I think Krieger's biggest like after watching Barbarian and this, I feel like he sets it up in the first half where you kind of can, like, you could potentially go a lot of different directions. And then about halfway through, it's like, no, this is what it is. Like, we're locked into the plot moving forward. Like, there is something in the basement in Barbarian, and like, I'm going to show it to you, and we're going to play out the rest of the movie. I mean, I feel like the A24 version of a Krieger movie would be questions up until the last 2 minutes, and then finally we'll decide what to do.
Yeah.
And it's so much more fun to be like, well, let's get it 45 minutes in, and then you still got half the movie to go.
Yeah, because there are bits and pieces of her in dreams as we move to our conclusion.
Yeah. Do you want to do like a rough synopsis for anybody that hasn't had it totally ruined for them at this point? If they ignored our Diablo before I really put because I feel like we all like reserved and went a little bit mild there.
I mean, what do we have here? We have a teacher who has a class. There's one day where that class doesn't show up, all but one child. We do learn that 19 kids, I believe, disappear at 2:17 in the morning.
It's 17.
Mm-hmm.
2:17? Sorry.
Yes.
Well, it's
17 of 18.
17 kids disappeared at 2:17 in the morning.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of get each person's story as you figure out where these children are, where they ended up. You get a father, you get the teacher's view, you get a junkie, you get the principal of the school, you get the child himself. That is the one lone survivor. And yeah, you kind of go from there. We got Josh Brolin doing his thing.
Yeah. Probably the best, I think the best character in the movie, right?
Actor and producer.
Best character in the movie.
I guess as far as like what Brolin is bringing to the table, maybe best performance would be the right way. Because I feel like you get more of a journey with his character. He's like so, on board with like this teacher knows something. And then you get his, like over the full course, you get more of an arc, I guess, out of his character.
Yeah, I think that's a key thing with this structure is that the teacher and Brolin, one of the parents, they are stereotypically the two characters that you would follow the most. And you would have these other supporting characters throughout, and then splitting it up and seeing the impact that they have with their own little chapters and the way that it folds over is, I think, a lot more satisfying, and it keeps you on the edge. And I feel like it weirdly propels you forward, even though you're going back and seeing some sequences from different perspectives over and over.
But I think he cuts at good points to where you're like, okay. Like with when James goes back to the police station. You get 5 stories. James is our crackhead. You have Marcus, who's the teacher, or the principal. Paul, who's the cop, who's also involved with Justine. She's our main character, Julie Gardner, or who is billed as our main character.
You get
and then
6.
Archer.
6, right?
Do we have? Oh, and then you get the kids,
Yeah.
Alex's. So yeah, you got 6. Like I said, kind of played Pulp Fiction-y a little bit, but yeah, I think it really works.
I think I read some little interview thing, or it might be on another podcast. I think he said like Memento was a big inspiration, at least for like the structuring of it.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun this weekend listening to interviews with Kreger and just, random little interviews. I think the Letterboxd YouTube channel did an interesting one, and then CBR, and he mentions a lot of, kind of has the Lynchian method of like the transcendental let it come to me, and the Stephen King method of just unearth it as you go. And he's very open about like, oh, I have so many scripts that I just start and then realize that like I have no fucking idea. And he uses the term like, I can't land this. And this was one where he got about 50 pages in and was like, wait a minute, I think I know where to take this. And it worked out. And that's always so satisfying to me. Whenever you can watch a movie and feel like this is as close to a first draft as possible because it came out very natural and organic, versus something that starts from, I want to have this cool ending, so I got to work backwards, and how do I get there? Feels like a lot more restrictive.
Yeah, it does feel, almost at times like he's just like, how about we do this? Let's see what happens here. But yeah, man, just it's bonkers. I mean, there's some dream sequences in here that you're kind of like, what the fuck? But like I said, I think it pulls you in as kind of this mystery of like, where are these kids? Like, did this teacher have something to do with it? And then I love how it just kind of spins and goes every direction, and then we end up to one location. I love... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, did you guys... I feel like on this show a lot, one of the things that I talk about is like, oh, I didn't like the character. Like, and that's not necessarily to say like, oh, I need every character to be like a good person. I just they need to be either charismatic or they need to feel like a real enough person that I'm involved. And one of the things I really liked about this one, you get about 3/4 of the way into the teacher's chapter and you're like, God damn, this fucking lady is annoying. And then some of the perception that you will get of her and snippets of her through other people's chapters, you start to see, she seems way more fleshed out and way more real, right? Like, I feel like we all know enough teachers to know that they're pretty good about, what's the word? Compartmentalizing? Compartmentalizing. Jesus Christ, how many syllables does that word need? They're pretty good at that, right? Like, I would never judge a person as a teacher by how I see them party on a Saturday. And that felt really real. Brolin's dad, like, there's a reveal with like his kid where you're like, that seems just so fucking real. And the fact that his toxic masculinity is probably totally to blame to that. But it also makes sense that he's the father that is the most just like,
like, I'm going to figure this out.
Yeah. He takes it almost as a failure, against himself. And I think that's what his main dream sequence is about.
I think he plays that so good though, that it has me like, oh, did Alex he's getting picked on, so he wants Gladys to do this. This is why the kids are gone. like a little later on into the movie. That was kind of my thought. Like, all right, he's getting bullied, so he knows that she has some sort of power, and maybe he's going to make his kids in his class disappear because he's being bullied.
Yeah.
And that's a thought I had as we went.
All right.
Yeah.
It's
I do
officially Diablo.
I do feel like there's a lot of stuff in that first half where, because I kind of thought that too. Like, does this kid have some kind of power? That was one thing that went through my mind. There's also like reoccurring kind of references to like parasitic activity. And there was a part of me that was like, oh shit, is that it? Like, do these kids have parasites? And then even, I think there's that weird scene in Josh Brolin's thing where there's like a AR-15 spinning around in the sky. And I was like, oh, is this like a mass shooter kind of thing for a minute? But
yeah,
I mean, I do like that the movie presents like all these different kind of rabbit holes you can go into. And then it gives you like a conclusive answer halfway through the movie of what this shit is, you know?
Yeah. And even within that conclusive answer, the great thing about horror as a genre is you can then interpret it onto like, all right, what is the message with this? Because I thought the same thing at a certain point. I thought, oh, this is a school shooting thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be some allegory or metaphor for that and the community's failure. And then it became is this actually a story that somebody is telling themselves because they fucked up during a school shooting? Like this, is this like the kids fleeing from something and it wasn't 2:17 a.m., it was 2:17 p.m. and it's just like the entire community has some sort of like psychosis against it. And then I really keyed in because the gun that you see in the dream sequence, there's a poster in that kid's room where Brolin sleeps every night. There's a poster with a machine gun on it. And there's a part of me that thought like, oh, the simple answer is like, he's just sort of weirdly dreaming like what he sees. And it's like a half and half. But then once he sees like a fucked up old lady face, like Ronald McDonald sleeping in his kid's bed, it's like, okay, where is this going?
I think that's... Go ahead, Bones.
I was just going to say, like, the numerology stuff, Kron, people are already going ballistic on this. So that's how I know it's 17 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are going, oh, it's 217 because there's 2 parents that are under the spell. And then there's the 17 kids that are under the spell. So that's 217. And then people are going nuts with like certain biblical passages. There's, if you know anything about Kreger and his history with Whitest Kids, you know about Trevor Moore and his like quick tragic death. And that number actually coincidentally coincides with like his death. Movie released on, I want to say his birthday or the day before or after he died.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's been very open that he started this like in the grieving process
of
Trevor's death. Yeah. I think he wrote this after Barbarian, but before Barbarian was out.
Did we see him when we went to their live show? Was he there?
Yeah, all 5 of them were there.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, because I was like, I recognize when I look at his picture, and I'm like, I think he was there. And I thought there was one that wasn't when we went and seen him, but
no, all 5 of them. He did, because he did Lincoln.
Yeah, that's right.
Like in the audience, because I think we've talked about this before. We didn't see them in like a proper theater. We saw them in a proper, or it was like a classroom.
It's like a media room. Yeah.
Yeah. And they just set up tables, and they were standing on like 8 tables and performing, and we were just in like meeting
Classroom
chairs,
seats.
that were put
Yeah.
in a random row. Yeah.
And I think afterwards they were like, where do we party? And they were like, Bruno's. And they were like, we'll be there. And for some reason, we didn't go. We should have.
Too lame at the time.
Could have been best friends.
I don't think we were technically old enough to drink yet, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We
Maybe there might have been somebody with us that was. Okay.
21.
All right. We're all over the place. You want to go kind of chapter by chapter a little bit? I know you went like over synopsis, but you want to see if like there was stuff per chapter that we really liked?
Yeah, you want to start with Justine, played by Julia Garner.
Yeah.
Who's an actress I'm not particularly fond of, but I thought she did a pretty good job here.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, she is the teacher of the classroom that disappears. Apparently she's dealing with some alcohol-related problems. I do love that we get two scenes in the liquor store and she follows the exact same path to the vodka aisle. So by the time you see it the second time, you know which way she's turning and all that shit.
Well, he does it inverse, right? So the first time he's behind her, and then the second time she's walking towards the path because you see, we'll talk about.
Donna, is her name Donna?
Yeah,
I think. But yeah, she's going through the grieving process. She has no idea why these kids disappeared. Obviously, she's been questioned by the authorities multiple times, the school. The general public of the Pennsylvania town that they're in is now saying, what is up with her? She knows more than what she knows. Why haven't you questioned her? This is Archer. Josh Brolin's character is really zoning in on her that she knows something more than what she says. So yeah, we kind of get that first story of just how she's dealing with that. She is taking some harassment from the local community and spray painting her car, knocking on her door and stuff like that. You do see her principal, Marcus, who's kind of like, you just need to lay low. Like, we need to calm down here for a minute. So we do follow her home. They have I think we start off with a school. Maybe it's like a month or 15 days after or a month after.
I feel like it's a month after. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like an assembly meeting with like a grief counselor and the police and.
Yeah, I think school had just started back up because they had closed the school down for a little bit. So yeah, it gets a little heated, and that's where we get her trip to where she buys 2 bottles of vodka, goes to the house, they're harassing her and stuff like that. And then she wants to talk to the one single kid, Alex, that was left over, that didn't disappear that night. And she kind of takes it upon herself as a detective story, to figure out what's going on. She does have a male companion who is a local cop named Paul that she meets and has an evening with. We learn that he is a struggling alcoholic as well. So, and I think we kind of end on her with she has a dream of where she sees Alex in the class, and it does turn into our Ronald McDonald type figure. Which, yeah, like clown makeup, basically. Alex, I think, has... All the kids have their heads down, and I think Alex pops up and he has the makeup on.
Is the car door and scissor scare in her chapter?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that how that ends? Because
she does follow Alex, yeah.
She sort of gets drunk and stakes out on the street. and you get this incredible reveal of somebody coming out of Alex's house, kind of zombie walking, tries to open the driver door, but it's locked. And the camera holds there, and just through the audio mix, you hear that the said person opens up like the trunk or one of the back doors. And I watched it with a great audience, and this broke everybody and got us all into it because somebody just let out a, oh, fuck no.
Yeah,
I think
you see her move like when I think it's the passenger door opens.
Yeah. Basically, every chapter had like a great audience reaction.
I think that one of her coming out of the house is like, that's probably some of the, I think it's the creepiest imagery that's in the movie altogether. It's just that lady shambling out, like holding a fucking pair of scissors in her hands. She's moving crazy, dude.
Yeah, that was the point where the wife turned and she's like, what the fuck did you take me to? And I was like, just let it play, baby. Just let it play.
You picked this movie.
It was date night, girl. But yeah, she does cut the hair of Justine there, and we kind of cut off on that, and then go into Archer's story of Josh Brolin, Thanos, as some of you might recognize.
Not me.
Llewellyn Moss is who I recognize.
Yeah, that's what I recognize as well.
Llewellyn, where you been?
He didn't really look like Thanos, though.
Oh, he didn't have the ball sacks.
Thanos looks like him.
Yeah, he's not all purple and fucking Ripley. And
he is when he holds his breath.
He's such a...
Like, they shot on location at a real school, and they were doing the chokeout challenge because they were trying to get him to look like Thanos.
The pass out game?
Yeah.
Did he not pass out though?
Nah, dude, he's too fucking strong.
Yeah, so I thought.
He's been working out and shit.
But yeah, from there we go into Archer's character, completely obsessed with finding his kid. Well, I mean, I think any parent would be like, I'm going to go and talk to the fucking cops today and see what they have learned. They can't really give him much. He's kind of failing at his job, making some mistakes. I think he's a construction
foreman.
Yeah, he's building houses and shit. He's made some wrong paint choices and door choices and stuff like that. Things haven't been ordered, so this has been definitely weighing on his mind.
It's one door. It's not like he fucking,
The siding is the bigger issue.
Yeah. It's not like he cemented over the bottom floor or anything, it's not. You could fix a door is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Great. So I just want to call out I forget the actor's name that plays the chief of police. I think
that's Toby Huss.
Yeah. In a movie just fucking filled with incredible performances, I think he rises to the top for me. He's great. He's got like fucking cowboy rodeo shit all in his office.
Mm-hmm.
It mixed in with like police stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel fucking Pennsylvania at all.
I'm giving you shit. Oh, okay. I think that's another great actor right there, Aiden. Some of you might know him as Han Solo.
Not me.
A Star Wars story?
Yeah, isn't that him, right?
I think so.
I know him as the cop in this movie.
Yeah. Doing his best, Archer, John C. Reilly.
Mm-hmm.
What? All right. He fails on the foreman side of his job.
He goes to the cops. Then
they can't answer questions.
Then that night, this is when it like first rolls over itself because we see his perspective yelling at the
town hall
at the town hall, And then he follows her, sees her go to the liquor store, follows her to her house, kind of fucks with her. And then that's when it's revealed that now that he's got a truck full of red paint, he is the one responsible for writing witch on Justine's car.
Which I have done to my wife's since then.
It's going to be a hot new trend, dude. Get in front of it.
It's a movie tie-in.
Hey, TikTok, this is the TikTok Wife Witch Challenge.
We got 17 likes today. Hashtag weapons.
What? I didn't put bitch.
It should be a B.
Now drink this bottle of Sprite.
Without swallowing.
Without swallowing? Wow.
Yeah.
That's a real challenge.
And then his chapter, we get that great dream sequence.
Yeah, he kind of he follows the son through the neighborhood, but ends back up at his house into the kid's room where he has been sleeping. He sees the kid. He's trying to ask him questions, and then we get our Ronald McDonald jump scare here. He does see the AK over the house. It does say 217 on it. So I don't like Fortnite. Is that maybe like the way that the weapons float in that game? I don't know.
Yeah, it seems kind of like a Call of Duty, like
video game
weapon
type of
inspection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that you would just move your character over and it would automatically upgrade.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Oh, there is just after you see the clown face and it cuts to him, like in the morning, and he's just like, what the fuck was that?
That's what I was going to say. That got a huge pop. Like,
yeah. There's so many, for being a horror movie and like a movie that genuinely has scares and tension, also, just an incredible amount of like gags almost, like funny breaks in the movie to give you a laugh to like kind of reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I read that he said a lot of the jokes that he wrote like didn't even fucking work like in the original script, and then he did a test screening and he's like, all right, I gotta like redo a lot of this shit. So I was like, well, that's good, because there's a lot of shit that hit.
Yeah. And then that next day sparks the most traditional sort of detective thing of the movie, right? He kind of figures out like, oh, let's start looking at line of sight or the path of the kids.
Yeah, we got Ring camera footage because, this has kind of been my thought of you could poke some holes in a little bit of this of like, well, wouldn't they have footage like from maybe the traffic cameras and stuff like this of the kids disappearing and running into the night? But I liked how I was like, okay, so he kept it in a neighborhood. I was like, all right, so that was the first thing of where he was kind of avoiding that. And Archer does have a Ring camera. And I was like, well, maybe you would catch it on other neighbors of them running past other houses.
How many kids are going to do this to their parents?
Just a Halloween prank?
I don't know. Hopefully not mine.
They'll get hungry, dude. They'll come back. They'll be like, I don't know how to boil water for my mac and cheese. But yeah, I thought he's obsessed with the Ring footage, and he notices how they're running, how his child is running. So yeah, he obviously works construction, so he has some area maps, and he notices that they're running in a straight line. So it looks like a straight line. So he starts kind of mapping out that area, and he does find another house of another girl that went missing. And I think that's when he goes over there to see if he can see the ring footage of that, where we do get a special guest that does arrive in his Subaru, Mr. Justin Long.
Was it a Subaru? I thought it was a Prius.
Was it the Prius? Because I was like, I know he was driving like a Prius in Barbarian.
I feel like it had
that
that hybrid hum to it as he pulled up. Yeah, that the comedy in that scene definitely works. Like him just scaring the shit out of Justin Long and kind of alphaing him into showing him the footage. But
he also goes first to see the wife, and she's like, "No, I don't think that's a very good idea." And then he just sits there and waits for Justin Long to get home.
Yeah, just like eats a Baconator and waits. Yeah.
So yeah, he does map her out as well to an area that if it is a straight line, and I think he kind of reveals that later on to Justine, because he does see her. I think he does see her after he figures that out at a gas station. He pulls in to question her, and that's when we see the school principal come out doing the exact same run as the kids.
Fucking incredible.
Yeah, just the line of, she looks over and you just see it coming and you're like, what the fuck?
I think it's such a good scene too, because like when they first show him running, it's like, well, is she just imagining that? And it just keeps getting closer and closer, and it's like, I guess we're doing this right now.
It's very surreal. It's like you can picture yourself at a gas pump and there's just like some guy down the street screaming.
Mm-hmm.
And it's it locks you up of like, do I engage? What is this? Do I know this person? Are they yelling for me? And how quick she's able to just go like, Marcus? And then we get kind of half of the fight scene, right? Before it cuts.
Yeah, you kind of he pushes her down, and then I think she like scurries under the car and is able to get a little distance from him. But it cuts shortly after that, I think.
And I think we go to Paul next, right?
I think so. I think we go to the cop, right?
Yeah, because Justine makes the report of somebody has harassing her and painted witch on the side of her car to another officer at the police station. And that's where we see
Hashtag wife witch challenge.
Yeah.
Hashtag 5DR.
Hashtag 5DR. Send us all husbands of you painted witch on the side of your wife's white SUVs.
And no like wash off chalk bullshit.
No, we'll know.
The real
permanent
shit.
paint.
Kron knows what spray paint is, dude. He knows what real spray paint is.
Yeah, you go get door paint and fucking slather that thing on the side of the car.
He prefers gold, but he'll take red.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think we get Paul next. He's a cop. He is involved with Justine, but we also learn that our chief of police, Chief Captain Ed there, he is also dating his daughter Donna. And he's dealing with alcoholism as well. He does meet up with Justine. Well, he starts his shift, and that's where we bring James into the story, because he finds James trying to break into some sort of building. The chase is on. The
handoff is the wave. She waves at him in the parking lot, and we see his perception of her waving at him. And like you said, then we see him driving, starting his shift.
Yeah, when he finds James and we get that police cruiser cruising, man, it sounds so fucking cool, and just him whipping through the fucking streets.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, God damn, I'll never be a cop, but that's cool.
You could be an ICE agent if you want. They'll take fucking anyone that walks off the street.
They'll take Dean Cain now, dude.
Yeah.
This is too dark of a joke now. Come on. We're spoiling weapons here, and you're making these dark jokes.
I mean, it's topical.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this.
Fucking. So anyway, he chases James down. James is a crackhead. Typical arrest here. He's like, hey, man, is there anything in your pockets that's going to poke me or stab me? James is like, nope. No, sir. He's like, I just left my phone. Like, I work there. All the excuses, you know. As soon as James puts his hand in his pocket, hits a needle, he starts freaking out. And I kind of thought, like, why, he just got a poke. Okay. But I also was like, okay, so he's an addict. So maybe that's why he's like freaking out so much.
I'd be freaking out if I got a random needle in the finger,
Oh,
dude.
more than freaks out. I mean, a full fucking right hook.
Yeah.
That absolutely just knocks James the fuck out.
He does realize his car cam is on to catch that footage of him throwing a great fucking, what is it, a left or a right? So he cuts that off. He lets James go on a warning. He's like, you did me wrong. I did you wrong. So they take off. He goes back. He does tell Captain Ed, his, I guess,
soon to be father-in-law.
Are they engaged?
Yeah, I think they're engaged. Like,
they at least live together, right?
Yeah, they live together. So he tells him, he's like, all right, if he doesn't come back to report anything, like, we're good, dude. Like, just continue on. He's had a rough day. He does get a text from Justine. He does meet her at the local bar. And he kind of has a conversation with her. He tells her, I'll have a Coke. Alcohol is not really helping.
I mean, you kind of get the impression that these two have a past, and their past probably involved drinking heavily together. They seem like they kind of, I don't know, spurred each other's addictions at one point in time.
Shared in the fun.
Mm-hmm.
If you do have problems, please get help, folks.
I don't know. I don't think there's much in the budget for that. It's all going to support ICE.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. You know what? Become an ICE agent, you won't have time to drink because all the illegals that are taking over our country.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what? Don't become an ICE agent. It's better to eat a bullet at that point.
Hey, don't become an ICE agent. Don't become a cop. I mean...
Yeah.
Well, eat the bullet after you do the wife witch challenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do that first.
Yeah, what's she going to get mad at you?
I mean, every time we meet up, we do the fire it up where we swallow the bullet and take the shot.
Better yet, ICE agents, I want you to make a witch stencil, okay? And I want you to tape that stencil to the side of your wife's car. I want you to lay down next to your wife's car, and I want to see how much of the word witch you can spell out with your fucking brain matter.
Pull off.
You can at least dot the I. Make that your goal.
I mean, we're basically a couple of months away from just burning people at a stake, right? It's got to be a reality TV show. Pay-per-view's got to have something to do now that they don't have UFC. So.
Well, C-SPAN's going to start having UFC, right? Because they're going to start doing UFC in the fucking White House lawn.
White House lawn, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the ballroom.
I paved it over.
Who has more fucking ballroom than Donald Trump? His fucking saggy ass pants, little ass balls,
shitting himself.
Yeah. I guess you're fucking filling your diaper full of shit. Not much room for your balls.
Mm-hmm.
Like a piece of shit.
All right, these two have an evening together. I think we cut to the next morning where she's dropping him off at the bar. And she kind of asks him, like, what's going on with the kids? Like, how come you guys aren't doing your part? He's like, trust me, everybody's working on this. We're on top of it. Like, don't worry about that. So I think that's where we cut off from him, right?
Yeah,
or maybe
I think
is that hers?
I think he
She's
does kind of
suck my dick, and I was the only one that left.
Suck my dick is on hers.
Is on hers
because it's outside the car. And we see him get in his.
Yeah, that's
he
right.
gets home, and that's when his chick gets home early, and she realizes like, oh shit, he was out drunk and whatever.
He had an evening, don't. Come on. We've all been there.
And then I think he gets a dirty look from his chief of police.
He knows.
And then he goes out to start his shift, and who does he see walking across the street?
Crackhead James. It was wonderful.
Like, he fucking sells the, like, what the fuck did I tell you? Like, he's not a particularly large person, but he was very scary, like, in that moment. And, like, to add what you were saying, like, when he pulls that car out of the parking lot, I was like, his shit's got some juice to it, man.
He's got that V8 Charger. So then we cut to James. He's our, I don't know if he's local, but he's in that town. And he is a drug addict. He's got his problems.
This is weirdly, like, simultaneously the funniest and the saddest chapter.
But he does such a good job.
Yeah.
Dude,
You think so? I think the saddest part of this whole thing is that kid feeding chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at a certain point you gotta take Alex's chapter out. I'm just saying, like, just from like a side perspective, like side character. God damn, don't remind me of that shit.
That shit bummed me out so hard in the theater, dude. Just fucking wet mash being held up to his parental lips, dude. Heartbreaking.
Couldn't open the can.
No.
He was just struggling with that can opener, fucking spilling broth all over the kitchen and shit.
But I love how he's smart enough that the next time he gets the fucking Pop Tops,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, God damn it. Detail the details, dude. That's what I love. Fuck weapons, man. All right, where are we at? Where did we start with James? He's camping out. I think he's trying to get high.
Mm-hmm.
It's a day in the life.
Yeah. He's trying to get high. I think he's on the phone with like his brother or something, like trying to be like, I got a job at Burger King. Like, yeah, I need the money to get new clothes so I can start my new job to pay mom back. And as he's doing this, I think Bones mentioned earlier, he's just hitting cars to see if they're unlocked.
Not a single, he goes out of his way to make sure, like, even when the phone call's really heated, to check every door he walks by.
I think he finally finds one. He grabs like a kid's iPad or shit like that, goes to the pawn shop, and the guy's like, nah, I'm not taking this. He's like, come on, man, like $5, whatever. He's like, no. That's whenever he runs into Paul's character, I believe, because he's trying to break into a building after that. He gets punched and all that shit. Gets caught. He lets him go. He heads, I guess he just starts walking through some neighborhoods, but he ends up in the same house where that Alex's house, the kid that didn't disappear. So he realizes there's a lot of newspapers in the driveway, and he goes and breaks into that house. He's kind of going through.
Scores a copy of Willow on DVD.
Hell yeah, Willow. Dude.
I think I was the only one that laughed at that as well in my theater. Turns around, notices two people just sitting on the couch, and he starts freaking out. They don't even get up. So he's like, oh, fuck it. He does hear some rambling upstairs, but I think he takes a trip down into the basement, and that's when he sees the children. They all turn around and look at him. He freaks the fuck out and gets the hell out of there. And that's when he heads to the police station.
He makes sure to grab some
silverware.
He does.
Some silverware on the way out.
He does get paid, and when he's doing that, he realizes there's a $50,000 reward or something for the kids. So that's when he calls the cops. And he's like, oh, shit, I need to come in. And that's where we get Paul coming out and seeing him.
Yep. Cut to Paul beating the shit, or getting ready to beat the shit out of him. And he's like, I know where those kids are. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, we did miss, like, he takes off running. He goes into the woods back to his tent. You do see the weird clown lady waving at him. And then, so we were talking about parts where only Dan laughed. When that cop unzips his tent and he jabs him with like 3 needles, I think I was the only person that laughed in my theater.
Do you have a full theater crowd?
No, I went to a 10:15 a.m. show on Sunday. So, but there were still, I mean, I would honestly say there were probably, like, let's say that theater held 100 people. There were probably 40 people in there. Like, there was a good amount for that early of a showing.
Nice. Yeah, he does get hit with more needles. He does believe James. James, he's like, take me. He's like, I'll take you there. This is where he turns around. He's like, do you have AIDS? He's like, huh?
Hepatitis.
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of. Sir, excuse me. The way he's able to break into that, I think that's the key of that performance selling so well. Is like even when he's on the phone, he's like, yes, now exactly how do I go about getting that, sir? Like the facade that he's so used to putting on to play it straight. It reminds me of the idiot dude from The Good Place.
Reminds me of me every day. Yes, sir.
Well, that's because your wife jabbed you in the face with a bunch of needles for pulling the Wife Wish Challenge.
They're Botox. I can't feel half of my face.
Oh, you got the Christy Gnome going?
Yeah. It's not too expensive. We can afford it. Okay. We got a white SUV. Shit.
Well, where else are you supposed to take your Facebook profile picture?
So James does take him to Alex's house. He does walk in. And, James stays in the back of the police car. I don't know how many hours go by, but he finally comes.
It feels like a lot of hours.
I thought he was going into like, man, I gotta piss, or something like that. But Paul finally comes out and just drags his ass back into the house, Alex's house there.
Before we get too far, because you brought up the scene in the woods and then we started doing bits. What do you have an idea in your mind on like why everybody was having the dreams? Do you think like somebody's aura was there, or do you think this is a better question to answer once a certain person's revealed?
I feel like with the dad, like there's some connection to his kid, obviously, and I feel like he can tap in a little bit, like maybe in a unconscious state, like sleeping,
Right.
And you get these little like bleed throughs happening, but that's all you can really access of it. I guess that's the way I kind of thought of like, why did he get that vision of the clown lady,
Right. Well, I could see that for him and Justine, the dad and Justine, but the junkie in the woods, is it because he entered the house at some point? Like,
yeah, maybe. I think I could see that.
Okay.
Or maybe she's just really out there.
She's got to get more sticks.
I think maybe I thought she was really out there at one point because he does hear her upstairs, like the movement upstairs. So I don't know if maybe she seen that he was in there.
Is that noise when she's moving the fucking Nordic track
That's kind of like
shit.
because he comes into that room. I think it was her room. Yeah,
And it's full of like shit from the parents' room, which he's
moved out. Yeah,
Mhm.
but I think with Archer and Justine, I think maybe they're just still alive. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe they just have a feeling. They know that they're not fully gone. That there's more to it than like, oh, they disappeared. And I mean, what do they consider? 3 days? And then they're like, probably not coming back. So, and we're at like a month, I think, for this.
Mm-hmm.
I think at one point a news report said it's been like 30 days or something.
Yeah, I think that's right.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
So now we're getting to the hot dogs, baby.
So we do go into Mr. Benedict Wong, Marcus, who plays the school principal. I don't even know. Did we start at the town hall when he's escorting her out?
We start with him. He's at the grocery store with his partner.
Okay,
and
taking the call.
We get the other half of a phone call that we saw from Justine, where he's
She's
basically
outside
like,
of the house.
I'm going to choose to ignore this phone call. And his partner is just like holding up two options. Like, do you want Fruity Pebbles with marshmallows or without? And like his partner's just used to like, hey, he's dealing with work, but let's keep shopping. And then we cut to their house. Oh boy.
Goddamn. Do we get a spectacular...
Oh, no. We don't go to the house yet. He calls. He says, all right, I'm going to talk to the family. So he makes an appointment for Alex's parents to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, so we get the school meeting with Alex's parents, and this is when we meet Gladys, who is a character. She can't put her lipstick on correctly. She's got a wig. Just a character. She's played by Amy Madigan, who's Uncle Buck's girlfriend. So there you go. We're showing our age.
Streets of Fire.
Not
That's
what
true.
I know her from, dude.
What do you know her from, Kron?
Streets of Fire. I don't know her from Uncle Buck's girlfriend.
I was like, is there a celebrity sex tape we don't know about? It's
Uncle
the
Fuck?
best one, dude. You
Here's
like
the
those big
first one.
pancakes, dude?
You're shot on 8mm.
You'll never look at a bowling ball again the same.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is where we meet her. She says that Alex's dad had suffered a stroke recently, and she was basically taking care of the parents. So she was his representative. But Marcus explains that he has to meet with the parents. Otherwise, he's got to get like child services involved or some shit because there's been a complaint. That's basically what Justine did to try to talk to Alex. So she says, "Yeah, let me talk to him or them, and I'll get back with you." So this is whenever we cut to their house, and we get a beautiful tray of 7 hot dogs, carrots, ranch, chips. I think they're Lay's. Cookies. You thought the kids in Monster Dog were happy about a platter of sandwiches. But when 5DR saw this, they all got up in the theater and cheered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was the only one in my theater who stood up and gave a standing ovation.
I clapped. It was amazing. But
I think, was that the first thing I texted you, Kron, after you said you saw it?
Probably.
I think I was like, what'd you think of that? Like, once I knew you were in the clear.
So it is on our list of hot dog movies. Go check that out. You can find that list on Bones' Letterboxd. Hopefully he's kept it updated.
I think so.
Yeah, have you been logging all the hot dog movies during our break that you've watched?
No. I've been really bad. I have not. I caught up on Fargo. That was the main thing I did on my break. And I started the Coens.
Yeah, it takes a long time to
Doing
get through
the
that
Coens.
one movie.
This whole setup just seems very comfortable. Like it feels very routine for them. You know, it's like a comfortable. What?
Is season 2? Season 2 is the one, right?
Fargo?
Yeah.
I'm still first season.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I would go. Are you all caught up?
Not with. Are they on 3 or 4? They're on 3, right?
No, they finished 5.
Oh fuck.
Because 5 was or 4 was like COVID got delayed.
No, that was Chris Rock, right?
Yeah. Which I would actually put in front of 3. So I go 1, 2, 5, 4, 3.
And I think I did 2 episodes of the new one.
Yeah.
Because I got to the. Yeah. I won't give anything away. But I know I really like 2. It's got some alien shit in there and stuff.
Whoa.
I don't think that's too much.
Yeah, it's been out for like 10 years.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead, Bones.
I was just going to say, so the principal and the partner have a great weekend routine where they watch some sort of nature documentary, chow down on dogs.
Matching tracksuits and
Yes.
Mickey Mouse shirts.
Yes. And I absolutely love how polite he is trying to be when somebody knocks on the door, exasperated, and he's just like, we're just about to sit down. I'm so sorry. This is so inappropriate, but we're just about to sit down.
His partner's like, we can help. Do you need
Yes.
some water?
Yeah. So, yeah, Gladys shows up. He gives a whole spiel about missing the bus and trying to get there, and I need to talk to you, and oh my gosh. And then, you know, pulls the heartstrings by asking for a glass of water, or for some water, not a glass, because that's a very important.
A bowl.
Yeah, must be a bowl. And goddamn, in a movie where you're like, I don't know how much more like jarring this can be at this. Like the spikes in this are absolutely insane. So you go from pure bliss of this hot dog tray to sadness of them not being able to enjoy the hot dog tray to the most violent, awesome thing in the entire movie in the span of 3 minutes.
Yeah. Gladys.
I think there's a more awesome thing at the end of this movie.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, how do you, in my mind, I'm like, how can this go anymore? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then it does it times 10.
Yeah, I mean, I think after we witness all of Gladys pulls out a thorn, some hair, she cuts herself, mixes it, snaps it, and Marcus just falls into this curse.
She can ring the bell, and
there's a bell too.
The bell puts the principal like kind of catatonic,
Mm-hmm.
and the partner's freaking out. I don't mean to take over. Sorry.
No, you're all right. But yeah, and he just zones in on killing his partner by smashing his head against, his head. You know what I mean?
After like a Team America vomit, like a fucking leech woman puppet master, like
of black. Yeah,
yes,
it's
and
pretty
then it's what 20 times he smashes his.
I was gonna say it's like you would have got the point at 8, but they give you 12 more than you needed to.
I think at one point I was like, well, thank God we're seeing it from Gladys's side, because she's like washing her hands and like kind of just looking. But yeah, he takes off. So this is where we reveal that Gladys has some sort. is she a witch? She has a power to put a spell on people. It's never explained, which I think I love that he doesn't go out of the way to say where this came from, how she got this.
You don't need
where
it.
she discovered it. Yeah, I think it's great.
And
that might be a problem for some people, but
the brutal montage. Well, all right, before we talk about that, in the meeting in the office, when she mentions like, Alex's parents, I think she mentions like he's come down with like the consumption, and the principal's like, forgive me, I've never known what that was, right? Which is what they would call like fucking tuberculosis, like Doc Holliday, right?
Yeah.
Had fucking consumption. So that's like a hint that, is she 300 years old?
Yeah, it's like she doesn't even know how to describe a modern illness to someone.
Hell, she might have been gambling with fucking Doc Holliday, you know?
she might have been that chick boning him.
Damn, dude.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a real historic figure, dude.
It'd be a daisy if you do. No, it'd be a thorn.
But the montage, like how we cut to get the principal over to the gas station, I think is shot so beautifully.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's trucking, dude. He is just
Running through people eating on a fucking sidewalk, right through traffic, doesn't give a shit. Then we pick up the fight.
Into the convenience store. I think Brolin does help out. He tackles him a few times, gets her out.
He smashes him into like a fucking like the beer refrigerator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked how the store dude was like, "Get the fuck out of my store," and she's like, "Well, fucking help me."
Yeah.
I was like, "All right, yeah."
Pretty
That seems
realistic.
real.
Yeah.
It's against code that she couldn't open that emergency door. Like, I hope she went back and, cited that dude. I'm fucking a cop. You're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell.
So she gets in her car and takes off. And then the principal, just still on his fucking mission, takes off. Brolin tries to catch up, but luckily some poor lady just fucking
Nails.
hits the fucking principal. And then, like, when you were saying earlier, like, you were kind of grateful that we saw the headbutt beatdown from mostly Gladys's perception. They straight up fucking show you what happens to the principal's head. And let me tell you, looks pretty fucking accurate.
A big moment in our theater. That was a good laughing moment for a lot. I was like, all right.
The head thing?
Well, when he got hit by the car.
All right. I can see that. I think when you see
People
his
lost it. They were
fucking
laughing pretty
brain strung across 50 feet of concrete.
good. Yeah, not so much there.
Do you think Brolin would have run him down? I kind of got the impression that he was gonna truck that dude.
I think that's when he notices the way he's running, where he's starting to pick up on it. Like,
Yeah. And we got to bring up the eyes.
Oh yeah, they're
fucking
like
bulging
out of his head,
just non-blinking.
and he's still got the blood like just streaked down his face from crushing his husband's head into oblivion.
he has the Mickey Mouse shirt on, and when you first see him running towards her on her story, I thought it was the Ralph Steadman Mickey Mouse that Tobey Maguire was wearing in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Hot damn.
Hot damn.
I never got ran over by a convertible before.
And I was like, oh no, I guess that was just the blood, but it almost looks like that same shirt. And I was like, oh shit.
I feel like Benedict Wong's face, like that intensity with those eyes, that is going to be like your alternative posters and your fucking 4K release, like that face, you know, the really shitty Mission Impossible 8 poster that's just like Cruise's face, like we're supposed to be in fucking awe. Like if you just did that with
A steelbook.
yeah, fucking possessed Marcus, that'd be awesome.
We'd have some buddies that buy it.
Probably
Losers.
me.
Oh,
Steelbook's got fucking raised eyes, dude.
Oh,
Are you
dude.
kidding me?
Wouldn't that drive you nuts though? Like the raised eyes, like it's on your shelf.
Yeah,
You know, and it's
bump the
bumped
other
out a
one
little
over.
bit, yeah.
Well, you can just forward face it, you know, and have it.
That's
sort of, like,
that's why they
displayed.
do it, so it gets
Mhm.
presence.
Let's annoy the fuck out of these nerds. All right. That ends Marcus.
Yes, she picks him up. She picks the Archer up from the hospital. They have the discussion about the map. We know how triangulation works because of Rain of Fire. Thank you. And
Thank God.
and where the points intersect, she's like, Jesus Christ, that's
Alex's
house.
What? So then we get Alex's story. This one sucks, dude.
It's a bummer, dude.
It doesn't
It's a
suck. It's
downer.
good, but it's very like this is
This poor
child
fucking
abuse.
kid, yeah.
Yeah, like
He's got
it's kind of a
killer
bummer.
dad.
Yeah, it seems like he has a really good family life. Like, his dad's calling him Axeman, picking him up every day and shit.
Yeah, he's got a nice mom. Aunt Gladys moves in. We see he's picked on at school. I think we already kind of touched on that.
Do you guys think that's actually his aunt? Or do you think she just, at some point, did spell one that we don't see?
Yeah, that could be another theory there.
Yeah. I mean, she's so old, she could have forced her way into the family
Yeah, back
through
in Doc
weird
Holliday's.
connections, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I just found a random wedding one day. She didn't go to the wedding, but yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because the mom mentions, like, you know, nobody in my family is going to do anything. And they're like, we barely know her. She's like, I barely know her, but I'm not going to leave her alone. So, yeah, that thing didn't knock me. That was like, I totally believe that she could have just weaseled her way in a generation ago. And then she's it's inconsistent because she mentions, or the dad mentions, like, you know, she was at her wedding like 15 years ago, I think. And then when she meets Alex, she's like, I haven't seen you since you were a kid. So, or a little baby rather.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with that information? Like when I was a kid and people would say that to me, it's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a way of saying like, I'm not weird? Like, you know me. Oh, okay.
Here I am now.
Yeah. Did you bring me a toy? Like,
You didn't think I was going to survive? What?
You're kicking me out of my bed so you can be here a night on your road trip that I don't get to go on? Fucking enjoy Six Flags. I gotta sleep in the den.
Go to Six Flags? Yeah, but you got to watch like Die Hard.
Yeah, at fucking super low volume. What's the fucking point? Yeah, sure, I know it.
Sure, my dad came in and told me to keep it down when I was reciting.
Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay.
And I'm pretending to watch Die Hard in case they catch me. Like, I'm really waiting for fucking Emmanuel in Space to start on Max at 11.
Yeah. Flip into the Spice Channel that's all blurred out.
Like, you're not in bed yet, Dad? Come on, go to sleep. You doing up, old man? There's no time for you. It's my time. It's my time with Channel 99.
Well, it's really complicated because the TV, we actually don't have a remote for the TV. Channels actually have to go through the VCR. and the VCR connects to the Nintendo. So I fake that I'm playing Nintendo. So I have a fucking pause screen on Nintendo. I push the VCR button off of channel 3 and I can go down to 98, which is the Spice Channel.
You see what we had to do back in the day?
Mm-hmm. And
just to jerk off?
You better believe I had a tape in there ready to go. Because if something started to come in remotely clear, I'm recording. Yep.
Like, oh, shit.
You get flashes. You got flashes on the Spice Channel, dude.
I remember in Chicago one day I got home. I'd check it every day when I got home. I'd hit 99 or whatever. And it would, of course, be blurry. One day I hit it and it was just clear. Like, I was like, holy shit. And like, I didn't want to turn, but everybody was home. Like, I did just close my door. And I was like, why is this happening now?
Best minute and 10 seconds of your life, huh?
So I was like, fuck. And then I think I heard somebody like come in and I turned it off. And then when I turned it back on, it was fucking blurry again. I was like, fuck.
You just fucking remember it, like focusing on it, trying to remember it for later, like fucking Lilu watching the history of humanity and the Fifth Element. Just, all right.
The couch is red. He said something about his car broke down.
Stupid story.
Hey, somebody painted witch on the side of my car. Can I use your phone?
Hey, ICE is about to arrest me. Can I have one more fucking night of
domestic bone?
Where the fuck are we? All right, Alex. We're here. We're with Alex. Gladys shows up. He wakes up whenever she arrives. He sees his dad loading shit into the house from Gladys. She has some suitcases, a wild ass fucking tree or
a little black
plant.
Bonsai tree.
Yeah. I think we get a good scare there whenever Alex opens up her door and she's staring at him without her wig on. It's pretty good. He goes to school. He comes back home. His parents are sitting at the table.
Yeah, Dad doesn't pick him up.
Yeah, he's
got to walk home.
Which hit hard. I'm like, man, how many kids like experience that? Like, fuck, my parents never showed up. But I don't know. Besides the point. Yeah, they're zoned out, and Gladys is like, I can't remember. What does she say? That they're fine or whatever. She's kind of pretty upfront about the whole thing.
Yeah, this is essentially where she's just like, watch what I can do. She has them stab themselves in the face with forks.
Baked potato, their fucking head.
Mm-hmm.
This is good because it was like, oof. And it goes on just long enough to where you're like, all right. So she's like, basically, if you don't do what I say, I can have your parents do that. I can have them eat each other. I can have them do all sorts of things. He goes back to school. She does explain that he has to feed them soup. So
God damn it, dude.
The saddest part of this movie. He goes and gets more soup. It's like, why wouldn't you do that, Gladys? Come on.
Yeah, you can't even buy the soup.
She's so
You
weak.
need them.
She's so weak. She spends all of her time braiding like the 6 strands of hair that she has. That cultural appropriation will not stand.
Alex, he does come home. I don't know how do we get to the kids?
She's really weak. She's moved into the parents' bedroom. She's got her fucking set up. He comes in and she's like, please come here. I need you to bring me something from each of your classmates and then I'll have enough strength. And he does this because he's like, you'll leave. And she's like, yeah, if you do this for me and I get my strength back, I'll leave.
And he's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So he does end up taking their name tags, I believe is what he takes.
Pretty smart.
Yeah.
Because they were all personalized.
Like hand-drawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. She conjures up a bowl of water and rips a lot of them up. And this is what brings, she snaps the twig. This is what brings, or the thorn or whatever the fuck it is, and brings the 17 children to his house. He watches this happen. She hides them in the basement. They're under the same spell, I guess, as the parents. So Gladys does have the power to do this to anybody. And this is where kind of all of our stories meet there. We get Justine and Archer. They are finally back to, we're finally back to the point where they're at the house. And they're kind of waiting outside. They see the door open and Paul comes out and kind of just waves them in, which I thought was kind of funny. They do investigate.
Just super creepy too. I mean, he just stands there, like walks back into the house.
They do investigate. Gladys has salt lines set up, which I guess she can do. If anybody breaks that salt line, the person under her spell will attack them immediately. She does have Alex's parents guarding her door where she's at, and just tells Alex don't cross the line. But of course he's a kid. Justine and Archer, they investigate the house. They see James and Paul there, who are not responding. They do. Justine crosses the salt path, so Paul attacks her. James attacks Archer.
This gets
some good moments.
Yeah, this got a big pop with fucking Brolin throwing this crackhead around like a dozen times, and he just keeps popping up.
I think Justine's getting choked out. She gets Paul's gun and finally shoots him and kills him. She takes out James as well. Alex is very curious about the salt. He steps over it and his parents start attacking him. Brolin was...
Yeah, he's trying to use the layout of the house to his advantage. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to pull them into the bedroom, let them beat on the doors, because there's a shared bathroom between his room and what was Gladys's old room. So he's trying to double back around them so he can get into Gladys's room.
Pretty smart. I mean, good strategy.
He does grab her wig and a bowl and all that, and a thorn from the plant whenever he does make it into her room. James tackles Archer into the basement door, and he does see the children in the basement. So once James is gone, Archer does go down and look for his son. We get a beautiful, scary moment of Gladys kind of just coming up from the dark.
Oh, and she like snatches a necklace off of him.
Yeah. And that's her way of putting a spell under Archer, or putting a spell to Archer.
Do you hear a bell at all in that? Because I've seen some people say, like, how did she have enough time to get Archer underneath her spell? But we've seen that if she rings the bell, they pause, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a problem for me. I buy into her getting Archer under the spell. I think it's good.
Yeah, he goes after Justine, starts choking her out. Alex does his own spell with Gladys's hair. The children snap out of it and start to attack Gladys as she runs out through houses.
It's just the best. When they run up those stairs, dude, and you get the sense of like, she's fucking cooked. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's a fucking Point Break, Ferris Bueller running through the neighborhood, through people's houses. You know, she will run through a door, and then 10 seconds later, 10 kids will run through every window, just completely unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the screaming of the kids is great. Ah, like just as they're chasing her. That also causes Brolin, our Archer, to snap out of it, so he does stop trying to kill Justine. But yeah, eventually the kids catch up to Gladys, and well,
They don't stop.
Yeah.
they rip that bitch apart.
Start tearing her arms off. They grab both ends of her jaw and just fucking rip her face apart.
And there you go. I mean, we get our narrator that comes in. I think it's Alex, and he says that, well, we learned that his parents never snap out of it. Some of the kids, I guess, a few years later have started talking again and have come fully back to what they are. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a 50-50 ending. We get a little bit of happiness, but we also kind of got a little bit of, there is some shitty shit that went on as well with Alex's parents. Alex, I think, went to another family, and I think he still feeds soup to them, it says.
I think they say that other people are feeding them the soup. It's not Alex's job anymore. It is, to me, it's a bummer. Like, it is a down note at the end. I feel like ripping Gladys apart is such like a cathartic ending to her story that I want. And Alex is just like a good character. I mean, you see him feeding his parents and shit. Like, I just wanted that to work out at the, you know, like for him to be all right.
Yeah.
And it's still kind of shitty for him.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say that everybody has, I would say, like, you know, karmic consequence for what they do, but he did try to make a deal with her. Like, I'll give you all of my classmates if you leave. I mean, he is a child, you know, so as much of that being a bummer, I think the biggest bummer is like the parents of the kids that aren't coming around at the end, you know. It's like, which ones of them are still sort of suck in there, like the truly innocent ones. So I feel like you could miss it. It's not like it's a subtle little Easter egg, but it's Archer's kid that is Alex's main bully.
Mm-hmm.
And that world building, like, there's already so much sort of like these chapters fold over each other. Those little things within it, I think, just on something to me that's already so bright. It's like, man, what a great touch that, of course, his kid would be the shitty one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and from that dream sequence, we know he's like, he never said, like, I love you. Like, of course, that's the type of shit that's going to fuck your kid up to make him a little shit. So, great movie. 5 stars.
Save this shitty one. 5 stars.
5 stars. 5 stars. Yep.
Karan Howard?
I think when I originally rated this on Letterboxd, I gave it a 4. I've had some time to sit with it. I think I'd bump up to 4.5. Like, I think this is the strongest movie of the year so far after watching it. I still am a little bit bummed at the ending. So I got to take something away, but there is a part of me where it's like, I feel like people made such a huge deal about Sinners, which is also a movie I really liked, but that movie to me is a guy paying homage to like all the movies that influenced him. But I feel like it's kind of like, I'll take a little bit of this movie and a little bit of Dusk Till Dawn and a little bit of The Thing, and I'll just mash all that into one film. Whereas this, to me, this genuinely feels like if Carpenter was still, like good enough to make a movie, like the kind of movie that he might make. This feels more authentic to the kind of movies that I enjoy rather than just, putting them on a pedestal.
I think I agree with Kron here. I think this is the strongest movie so far for 2025. Warner Brothers does have another hit on their hands, and Jordan Peele was right to fire his people for not getting this under him. Right now, we are sitting at a box office of $81 million worldwide. So this is what we should be going to the movies for. It's great.
$40 million budget, right?
Yeah, it's original. Like I said, ticket bought for anything that this guy's doing. Sitting at a 3.9 on Letterboxd right now. But the one thing I have is the ending where we're leaving, like the parents didn't come out of it. Is he leaving something open for sequels? Which I fucking hope that he just does not do. I don't think he would. I think his next project is Resident Evil, which will not follow any of the games. It'd be his own separate story from what I understand. And, he's going to get big money from the studios. Warner Bros. Is probably going to keep him signed, I imagine. And I just hope, we're not doing an Eggers where the public turns their back on a, great indie director who gets big money and makes a big movie and they say, yeah, whatever. It was whatever. So I hope the public still keeps an interest in him and he does interesting things, and I'm going to watch whatever he does. So, but yeah, right now, Weapons is top of the top.
I feel like Eggers, though, is more, I don't know, like more internal or more trying to be artsy. Yeah, got his nose up at people.
You guys have turned against him?
I mean, I feel like with Barbarian and Weapons, like Krieger is like genuinely trying to make entertainment at first and foremost, like he is trying to make a movie that people want to watch rather than, let me explore, all these, 1920s films that I enjoy. I think he's just kind of like, no, I just want to make a cool fucking movie at the end of the day, That's the kind of movies I like, so.
You're a simple man.
I am.
You just had to throw Carpenter in there.
Guys, but I think it makes sense. Like, I think that's more in the vein of like, if he had kept going, I could see him doing something like this versus Sinners, which is like, I love Carpenter movies. This feels more genuine to like,
Carpenter could still make movies. He just chooses not to.
He's just going to smoke weed and watch NBA. So
isn't he working on one? I thought he was working on one.
No, he directed a movie from an episode of a TV show from his couch. That's the most recent thing he could be bothered to do.
Hey, I mean, we still record over Zoom. I can't knock him too much, I guess.
Yeah, world's a different place. All right, folks. 5D Army, that was Weapons. If you haven't realized by now, we spoiled the fuck out of that movie. So, sorry, I guess, but it's your own fucking fault. Go watch it. It's out now. I'm sure to be in theaters for a while. Gentlemen, anything else for Weapons?
Nah, man. I mean, if you've seen it, Dan, you mentioned this is the type of stuff we should be going and seeing in theaters. I think that really enhanced my appreciation of it. I'm having a real tough time in my latter years staying focused, watching a movie at home. It's very difficult between dogs and other living creatures in my house and a phone and Balatro. It's like, this sucks. If I'm not, if a movie loses me in 30 seconds, it's hard to come back to it when I'm at home. Whereas this, I reclined my seat up because I found that I was like leaning forward to the screen. I could not wait to see what was happening next. So I've been really trying to like tell people at work, like when Sinners came out, I told everybody at work, you got to go see Sinners, because you're going to be mad when you watch this at home that you didn't see it in a theater. And that's what I've been trying to tell people with Weapons is this is the type of movie that you need isolation and focus for to truly appreciate. The other shit that we cover on this show, I comprehend 70% of it, even when I'm leading the fucking thing. So the fact that I feel like we did this without notes, just off the top of our head, and I think got pretty damn close, I think that's a testament to the movie and the theater experience. So, yeah, Mission Impossible's dead to me. Long live Krieger.
I had one other thought. I'm sure you guys covered when at the pretty close to the beginning of the movie, there's like a meeting of all the parents and the principal and the teacher. And while I was watching that scene in the theater, I thought it would be so fucking stupid if everyone just started chanting "Evil dies tonight" right now.
A lot of Halloween talk here lately.
All right. So we got 7 hot dogs. We got to figure out what we're doing here. I'm fine with just 2. If that means I get all the chips.
All right, I'll do 2.5 hot dogs.
I'll take a half, but I want one of those cookies.
Okay.
Seems fair.
So we each get a cookie, and you get 2.5 hot dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we got chips if we want them.
No, you don't.
Oh, you ate the chips?
I'm taking all the. That's my. That's.
You can have the chips.
Yeah.
That's what's making up the half hot dog.
The half hot dog is the chips.
All right.
And then the carrots. I feel like we should all just, for the sake of health,
have one.
Yeah.
Okay. Just one though.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a palate cleanser between hot dogs.
Is this after we've had sex or before?
We got to fuel the fuck, don't we?
Crash and burn.
I think this is after the first one, before the second one.
Okay, this is in between. These are refractory hot dogs.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Build my energy back up.
Mm-hmm. Crash and burn.
Crash and burn.